NBA Straya, how are you going? Hey, yeah. You're right, you should be. Why is that, Jim? Well, it's already hump day. It's the middle of January. Nothing matters. Like, nothing matters. Like, what you're eating, what you're drinking, you're on holidays maybe still. If you're not, you're only a week or two back at work. Who cares? Just chill, mate. She'll be right. It's January 14. Hump day. Just crack a tin and take a load off with your mate Jim. That's right, I'm your host James Clements here in Larry Armour Studios, sweating like a priest near a preschool. It is hot in here. I'll explain this when we get to the daily whip round. I am fried after looking after two squids all day. Absolute chaos. We went to the zoo. I made a bad mistake. Shouldn't have done that. Anyway, it is the halfway mark of the season, baby. So today's show is we're not going to go into games. We're not going to give away awards. We're going to do a standings check just to catch you all up. And I talked about this on Monday. It is chaos right now in the NBA. Like, the day-to-day proceedings and results are off their heads. So we'll talk out that in the standings check. It's a little bit different to the power rankings, which we'll do on Friday, but it is a worthwhile escapade. We've got the halfway mark awards. We're going to do the Nerd Awards today as well, which is the MVP, Most Improved, Rookie, blah, 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 your usual NBA awards. Then we'll do the cool NBA Straya Awards on Friday. We'll do the halfway mark, biggest surprise and most rubbish, disappointing teams as well, the top 5 each of those. And we'll do our halfway mark all NBA teams, and I'll throw out my revised all-star picks. Sound good? Great. We got no other chance. Like, this is just my show, so sucked in. That's just what I'm going to do. And then we'll pick and preview all the games tomorrow, so it should be pretty good. So without further ado, let's get into it. Episode 1337 of NBA Straya. Let's go.
This is Josh Giddey.
G'day, this is Andrew Gaze.
This is Jack White.
This is Joe Ingles.
This is Dyson Daniels.
This is Chris Anstey.
This is Matthew Delvedova.
This is Shane Hill.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening and watching NBA Straya.
This is NBA Australia. Let's do it.
Watch out for the shark attack.
Oh, you better watch out for Dennis Schroeder. I am German Rondo. I am punching you in the head. Attack. I love that he got suspended for attempting to hit Luka Doncic for 3 games. That's what happened to our man, Dennis. I don't know if you get suspended for attempting to hit somebody, because, like, attempting is just like you had a crack. Getting suspended for 3 games, we're hitting Draymond levels of you assaulted somebody. Watch out for that if you're Slovenian. Anyway, hey, so it's school holidays. That's pretty fun. I'm having a lot of fun with the squids. I'm also absolutely exhausted. I took them to the zoo today after a big morning of doing absolutely sweet F all. It's like, all right, just go up in the spare room, just play Lego. Just go, look, you've got 1 million Lego. Just go have at it. You've bust, like, you know, there's Star Wars ones, there's cool ones. Go off your head. So they did that for a while. I was trying to watch, like, you know, catch up on a bunch of stuff. And then, you know, punch-ons ensue. It's like, right, we're going to go do some other stuff. I don't know. The oldest one played his Switch for a little bit. Well, it's my Switch. He's just claimed it, whatever. Anyway, and then I'm like, right, we're going to the zoo. It's like, well, we're going to, like, you know, go somewhere. Chucked him in the car, turned the corner. I'm like, we'll just go to the zoo. It's like right around the corner. So we parked and then just walked the rest of the way. Yeah, thought it'd be a little bit quiet. Nah, chaos. So that was pretty fun. But I don't know, they have a lot of fun. They chilled out, they ran around, they tired themselves out, came home. Then I just went, right, you two, just run under the sprinkler. This is full-blown dad vibes. Just, we don't have a pool. Just go run under the sprinkler, idiots. And that's all they did. They just went back and forth, and I'm like, I just hope you don't get sunburned. Jesus. Anyway, so that was pretty fun. But yeah, so that's what we're sort of doing, you know, these kind of drop-in episodes of NBA Straya at the moment, because it's a little bit tougher for me to, like, keep up full-time with the day in, day out shenanigans while also looking after one or two small children. You know, you get that on the big jobs. The good thing is shipping them off to my folks' place for like some amount of days. So I'll be able to fire up for next week, which should be good. And it also means I can just get hella on the tins on the weekends. That'll be fun. Right. So, as I mentioned at the top, lots going on. Plenty of fun stuff. And absolute chaos up and down, basically, your current NBA, right? And everybody essentially is sort of hitting that 40, 41, 42 game mark. And as soon as like OKC got to 34-7 today, it's just like, oh yeah, they're the best team in the NBA. They're at the exact halfway mark. That's pretty good. A bunch of other teams are sort of around the 40, etc. But I figured this would be a good chance this week to sort of do the Wednesday and Friday shows that we're going to do. Just go bang, bang, halfway stuff. What's it all look like, right? It's been a really strange NBA year, like really weird between all the injuries, the ins and outs, the load management, the sort of like sheer dominance of OKC early, the fall back to the pack, the creamy middle right now in the NBA is just everywhere. Like, as I said on Monday's show, I think at that point, nobody had more than a 3-game winning or losing streak. And at the moment, I think OKC, after winning today, now have a 4-game winning streak. And the Nets have got a 4-game losing streak. But that's kind of it, right? No one's out there dominating. Everyone's sort of like, you sort of see these crazy switcheroo results where a team like, Utah will come out and wax the Cavs like they did yesterday, 123-112. Mere, hours, days, really, after being absolutely straight killed.
So he got straight killed.
To the tune of, 55 points by the Hornets, right? And you're like, that's a bit topsy-turvy, Jim. It's like, yeah, it really is. It's. I just don't know what to do with myself.
I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. I just don't know.
Just don't know. So the Yaz turn around after a 55-point belting and beat the Cavs. And you're like, that, sure. You've got Joey Muzgon, illegal screen. Oh, bro, illegal screen. Just answering questions at a, press conference just with 2 words, illegal screen. I would have thought the 2 words would have been the town, bro. The town. We're going to go watch the town, bro. And then you had a Bucks team that had been going pretty well. Get absolutely obliterated today by the Timberwolves, just without Ant-Man or Rudy Gobert. And you're like, what is happening? So let's do it. Let's have a look at this sort of the standings check for right now, halfway through the season, Wednesday, January 14, Australia time. At the top of the Eastern Conference, a.k.a. the Leaston Conference, a.k.a. the Beaston Conference. Yeah, it's still the Leaston Conference, I think, but I think it's a lot closer this year, right? Between the East and the West, where if you look at the top 6 seeds in each conference, they're both around the 22-23 win mark, the 10 seeds at the 18-17 win mark as well, right? So, and even the bottom of the, it's remarkable that they're almost mirrored. It's very strange because you keep going through the 11 through 16 seeds. They've almost got the exact same record, really, as their other conference counterpart. I think the only difference is the Nets and the Wizards are a little bit shitter than the Jazz, right? So you got the Jazz, the Kings, and the Pelicans at the bottom of the West. You got Brooklyn, Washington, Indy at the bottom of the East. So that's just the tiniest little bit of a difference. It's very strange, but kind of neat, if you ask me. Nobody did, Jim. No one cares. Well, guess what? My show, I'm going to talk about what I want. At the top of the East, your Detroit basketballing Detroit basketball Pistons. Awesome to hear Charlie Villanueva pop up on a show the other day, talking about the time that Corey Maggette knocked out Kyle Singler with one punch at a practice, and then never played basically again, which is pretty fun. And then I'm just sitting there going, man, Charlie Villanueva, you thought he looked weird when he played? He looks even weirder now. It's a strange cat. Anyway, ironically. Anyway, the Pistons are 28-10, right? Awesome at home. really good point differential of plus 6.6. They've sort of like just maybe have come back to the pack just that little bit. The offense hasn't been that great of late. They dropped down to 9th in offensive efficiency right now. They are still 2nd in defense, though. So they're feeling pretty bloody good. And it's the Cade Cunningham show. We get that. The Jalen Duren show. They've just been really good. That's fine, right? Good job, Detroit. I'm very impressed. Will they make a trade? Like, that's kind of the thing about Detroit. And like the dumbest people in the world are like, they're going to make a trade. They should make a trade. Trade. Just maybe, just fucking maybe, we should chill out and let this team grow together, right? They've made they brought in a bunch of new dudes in the offseason. But Jim, shouldn't they go for it if they can? All right, what's the piece that puts them over the top? Is it trading a first in Tobias Harris and Michael Porter Jr.? Is it? Do you think they would have done that already if they thought that that was the thing that they needed to start really building into their structures right now to have them ready for the playoffs? They wouldn't have pulled the trigger already? That's my question, right? Because you got the Cade, Ivy, Duncan Robinson, Osar Thompson, fighting Ron Holland, Jalen Duren. You know, there's just... It's a hard-nosed, awesome 1 seed, and I love them. I just love them. I'm wearing the Detroit hat right now. Bloody hell, you should be watching on the YouTube. The Knicks are 2nd in the East, 25-14. They've sort of righted the ship a little bit. They've gone 5-5 in their last 10. They're just that little bit scuffly at the moment. But they're also sort of dealing with, like, what? They got Josh Hart back. They had that weird sort of 4-game losing streak. And they sort of got back in the winner's circle with that big win over the Clippers a couple of days ago. Lost to the Suns, which sort of was a tough one, in Phoenix. They go to Portland, they win that. Good job. The 2 seed feels about right for where they're... Like, it feels probably even overs because it feels like it's been such a weirdly disjointed season. Like, Jalen Brunson's been fantastic. Cat's been awesome. He's been sort of like just hovering around the edges here of like, dominating. Oh, he's sick. Or he got hurt. Or what's happening with him? We don't know. It's a really strange one. But he's been really good. He's played 36 games, though. So it's always the sort of thing with Cat where it's like, ooh, are you always going to be at 100%? He's like, no, but I will be here maybe. Anyway, I'll take that 25-14. What you will take if you're a Boston Celtics fan is the 3 seed currently in 24-15. They have lost a couple on the trot, however. I mentioned this the other day, like the Spurs game where they shot 4 free throws was hilarious. They then lose that Pacers game. Again, funny, the illegal screen, says Joey Muzz. I'm not worried about the Celtics. And the only thing you'll fucking hear like anyone yell about, where's Jason Tatum going back? Where's Jason Tatum going back? Where's Jason Tatum going back? Shut up. Just fucking, he'll be back when he's back. You know? Until then, it's a bunch of fucking hot air. Just appreciate what they're doing right now. Simon's off the bench. Peyton Pritchard bombing threes. Derek White playing a bit better. Jaylen fucking Brown being absolutely awesome is what I'm more concerned about. He's been unreal. They've looked great. Good job by the Celtics. The Raptors are 24-17 as well. They've had some really strange periods this season, but they've run like sort of roughshod over some bumps, and then they've just like gone fucking completely out of control here and there. And you're like, what is going on with this team? But they've won a shit ton. I think, what is that? They've won, 7 of their last 10. So that's all right. You'll take that, Jim. 6 of their last 10. Sorry, I can't count. 6 of their last 9. Nice. And like the back-to-back against the Sixers, I really would have liked to have seen them beat Philly in both, but they lost that second one pretty badly yesterday. They lost to the Celtics the other day as well. They have these games where they look like one of the very best teams in the NBA. And then like between sort of ins and outs for them, like losing Pirtle, RJ Barrett sort of here and then not, the notorious BI3 looking awesome at times and then just remembering that he's Brandon Ingram and just doing sweet dick all. You know, it's a bit of an odd one, but I think they'll definitely take 24-17 and the 4 seed right now. because it's been so topsy-turvy and choppy, you know. Sixers, 22-16 in the 5 spot. That's another team that is like completely like, spoiler alert, they're in the top 5 surprising teams, right? I didn't know if they were going to win 30 games before the season. I felt like this was going to be the Tyrese Maxey show. Fuck all Paul George. Fuck all Joel Embiid. And it turns out VJ Edgecombe rocks and Maxey's awesome. And 22-16. Not bad. Not bad. Good size. They are really chaotic to watch game to game, though. You watch like those last 2 Toronto games, you're like, oh shit, oh no, they lose. And then they blow the fucking doors off them the next day. It was crazy. Maxey is electric. I love him. The Sixers in general. If Embiid can, like, he's been all right the last couple of weeks, right? Whereas it's been less of a bummer watching him. And if he can sort of continue on that path, that's all I want to see. At the halfway mark of the season, if he can spend the other half of the season not getting fucking hurt and not pissing me off by flopping like a giant fucking baby when he's a 7'2" fucking behemoth. Get off the floor, Joel, you idiot. What are you doing? Jesus. Oh, why do I always get hurt? I don't know, because you're always on the fucking ground. You dumbin'. Anyway, you dumbass. 22-16, 22-18 at Orlando. This one hurts me. I love Orlando, but I mean, it's the same old, it's fucking full-blown Pennywise. Same old story. Like, they're just always here with the same old story. They cannot string together wins. Geez, Jim, really? Yes, quite literally, really, because since, let's have a look at this schedule, it's jaw-dropping, right? So if you go all the way back to December 19, they have not won or lost 2 games in a row. They lost to Denver, they beat Utah. They lose to Golden State, they beat Portland. They lose to Charlotte, they beat Denver. What the fuck? They lose to Toronto, they beat Indy. They lose to Chicago, they beat Indy. They lose to Washington, they beat Brooklyn. They lose to Philly, they beat New Orleans, right? There's zero fucking consistency with this team. They lose Jalen Suggs. That breaks my heart. Anthony Black is having a breakout season. Paolo can't get out of his own way sometimes. He should be way fucking better. He's not. It's frustrating. They're 22-18. Every Magic fan is just going to be pulling their fucking hair out. But you're still 22-18. It's going to be okay. Cleveland, this is a problem.
Cleveland!
Uh-oh, 22-19. It looks like they all fucking hate each other. How do you lose to a team like the Yaz? Dear Maria, count me in. I'll tell you what, the Cavs, Cleveland are just... DeAndre Hunter was meant to fix all that, and turns out he might have fucked it all. Like, it's crazy. We need a big win who can guard everything. He's like, hello, and they're like, oh, not you. How much of a pain in the ass is that guy? Everybody must hate him. Like, whenever they get any sort of like hint of just, we've got our dudes back, it just never feels fucking right. It's so weird and strange. They beat the Wolves the other day, and you're like, that's good. Then they lose to the Yaz, and you're like, that's bad. What are you doing? So that's with most of their dudes back there, still trying to figure out, do we start Hunter? Are we starting Merrill? What are we doing? And they're just not quite there. But I feel like Kenny Atkinson's smart enough, good enough to maybe try to figure this out. But wow, again, spoiler alert, disappointing team. Jesus. 8, the Miami Heat, 21-19. Yeah, the shine's come off this team a little bit. They've been a little bit better the last couple of weeks, but still, I don't know, Hero, Bam. Like, the fact that they got Norm Powell for a bag of fucking chips, and they've got Andrew Wiggins, who's just fucking solid, right? It's infuriating because they can just keep doing their fucky Miami Heat shit, which is, we're just always guarded good. We've got a great coach and fuck you. And you're like, come on, man. It's a bit harsh. It's like, no, Jim, it's not. It's like, fair play. 4th best defense, of course. And in terms of their offense, though, that has been their big problem. They're now down to 21st. They're blowing the doors off early. Everyone's kind of figured it out. But they're still doing the Heat shit, right? Which is why they're 8th, which is about where I had them pegged this year. I thought they'd be around 500, a bit under. Here they are. Atlanta, there's another disappointing team. 20-22, Trae Young traded, and then they get fucking waxed today by the Lakers. They'll be right. They'll take a little bit of time to iron out the kinks of, like, moving in CJ McCollum, Corey Kispert. I love that they've got Corey Kispert and Kevin Huerter on the same team, just like fucking Spider-Man meme. Hey, are you that white guy who shoots good? It's like, yes. Anyway, the Great Barrier Thief, triple-double the other day. I love them, but they should be a bit better. They're weirdly pretty shit at home. They're 7-11. So that's not good. But Jalen Johnson has emerged as an all-star. I'll talk about that in a second. And the only way is up. Maybe now that you've gotten rid of Trae, that's not hanging over your head. You do have to worry if, like, your ceiling's a little bit limited now, but you've also got a pretty fucking awesome pick coming in next year, so you're probably fine. Their thing is, Anthony Davis, that was the other sort of news today. It's like he's going to have surgery, he's out for a couple of months, but the Mavs are still talking about trading him. It's like, shut the fuck up. All right, great. Oh, you might be back in time for the playoffs. Cool. He's Anthony Davis. He's fucking cooked, mate. Oh, we were going to get like 4 firsts for him in the offseason. No, you weren't. You've just got Shams in your back fucking pocket, idiots. Anyway, Atlanta, if they pull a move, someone like Giannis, right. If they get an Anthony Davis, I don't know. Wouldn't you rather just fucking roll the dice and go, we got Jalen Johnson, we might get a top 3 pick this year. So anyway, 18-21, that is your 10-seeded Chicago Bulls. Josh Giddey ramping back up. 18-21. What does that mean, Jim? That's right. Everything is perfectly balanced. The Bulls are either 3 games above or 3 games under 500. God bless their cotton socks for never doing anything and just always being a bit shit. The Bucks, 17-23. I love it. It's never Doc Rivers' fault. It's never Doc Rivers' fault. It's never being Doc Rivers' fault. Just absolute overrated bullshittery of a coach. That's all he is. He comes in, gives you some sort of sense of like stability. It's never his fault though, and his teams never achieve what they set out to achieve. Go back to 2008. That was the last time anything good basically happened that he was on top of shit, and most of that was to do with Tibbs and his defense. So everybody fucking just settle down. 17-23. Giannis is like, I don't like where this is going. We lost to a Minnesota Timberwolves team without Ant-Man and that big French fuck. This is bullshit fucking. So yeah, the Greek Freak, well within his rights to go, fuck this shit, I'm out. And he should. You're in the 11th seed in the East. He's been back for weeks. This team is fucking horrible. Fire Doc. Trade fucking Giannis. Pack her up, boys. Oh, we should maybe trade for Ja Morant. Yeah, don't do that. Charlotte at 14-26. They are very fun, but they're also not very good. That's the Charlotte Hornets story. But when they're on, they're electric. It's just that LaMelo's a bit fucking shit too. And then he'll have a game where he's like, holy crap, he's awesome. And then he'll play 4 games, you're like, is he 8 years old? Like, he plays like the oldest squid. Yeah, the squid's out in the backyard probably right now bouncing the basketball. And I'm like, that's LaMelo. Is there a trade for them? Does it matter? No. They just need to get some games with a bit of consistency with Brandon Spindles-Miller, with LaMelo, with Connie Nips, and away they go, right? There is like Miles Bridges trade chatter, which I always love. It's like, cool, you fucking take him. That piece of shit. Brooklyn, 11-26, mostly due to MPJ. They've got Cam Thomas back now as well, but they've figured out, hey, let's not fuck this. They've lost 4 on the trot now. Very smart. And the MPJ, Cam Thomas injury sort of balancing out the management. Very smart of them. They should probably just trade MPJ. Probably don't bring in Ja. Their rookies show these flashes where like, he might not suck. And that's the best that they're getting at the moment. So that's fine though. Tank Brooklyn, tank. MPJ's been fucking awesome. The Wiz at 10-28. They've lost 3 in a row as well. Alexander Sarr is one of their fucking like fun highlights of the season in a year that doesn't have too many of them, right? Where they're not really even putting up much of a fight in a lot of these things, but Sarr's fine. Middleton, you just got to ship him out now as well. CJ's gone. Do you want to keep Middleton around as like the one sort of old head? Maybe. I tend to like that aspect of it. He's already won a title. He doesn't need to go ring chase. But they're just a bit shitty. And then finally at the bottom of the East, your NBA finalist Indiana Pacers. It's crazy, right? From first to last. 9-31. Good year to tank, though. They've won 3 on the trot, though. So, yeah. Injuries and losing Miles Turner and more injuries and, a couple more injuries. That was a bit tough. Benny Mathurin, it means Johnny Furphy's getting a bit of run, so that's good. Anyway, love that for the Pacers. Like, if they can add one more awesome piece on the cheap, i.e. a top 3 or 4 draft pick, to like Halliburton and co. Fucking laughing. In the West, OKC at 34-7, 4-game win streak, point differential still 13.2. They're fine. As I said on Monday's show, like the Thunder crisis. It happens. It happened to Boston last year. Winning the title is hard. Backing it up is really fucking hard. And you sort of say, like, J-Dub has just been a little bit scuffly. Chet here and there. SGA has, like, one odd-ish kind of bad game. You're like, oh, just, like, fucking settle down. 34-7. OKC are fine. They are also fine because they blew the fucking doors off of San Antonio today, right? That was the one thing sort of hanging over your head. You go, oh, but Jim, the Spurs. Yeah, and then they kicked the fuck out of him. So that'll be right. Speaking of which, the Spurs are the 2 seed, 27-13. It's crazy that they've lost 2 games on the trot and they're still the 2 seed. That's how good they had been going. Wemby back, Castle back, Harper back, no Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson playing his ass off. Fox being awesome. They're a fucking fun team. I love the Spurs. 27-13, same as the Nugs. They're in the 3 seed. The fact that they've gone 5-5 in their last 10, have not had Joker since, New Year's. So they've beaten the Sixers. They've beaten the Celtics. They've beaten the Bucks. They've beaten the Pels. Like, it's just crazy that they keep winning these games. They're fucking so good. They're just so good. Good job, Denver. Jamal Murray's been off his head. Minnesota 27-14. Very sneaky 27-14. They're the sort of team just sort of cruising along going, hey, Jim, check out our defense. And you're like, just, all right, settle down. They're the 6th best offense and the 7th best defense. You're like, ooh, don't mind that. Look out now, Minnesota. They're like, yeah, told you, Jim. It's like, all right, thanks. They're good, feeling great. Pretty good point differential as well, 5.7. Ant-Man he has these games where you're like, yes. And then he'll have another one, you're like, yeah. But I feel like they're stretching the good games are stretching longer stretches of the season rather than, the roller coaster that we're accustomed to. The Lakers are 24-14 after a big win today. Luka and LeBron without Reeves. It's kind of the thing that I was screaming and fucking yelling about the redundancy of having Reeves there as well. And it's more the redundancy might be LeBron being LeBron James. He's 400 years old. He's still LeBron. He's still very good. But he's still LeBron James. So you can be like, hey, Luka, Reeves, it's kind of like Luka and Brunson to a degree. Oh, this, and then you're like, but you kind of got like a shadow of himself, but it's still a very good LeBron James over there. You got Rui over here, and fuck all else on this team. It is a Barry Crocker shocker, but they're still in the 5 spot. They're 10 games above 500. The Lakers are okay. They're all right. You got the Rockets, 23-14, feeling okay about that as well after a bit of a hiccup over the last week or two. Losing some very strange games. You had the KD, save me, Kevin Durant, game winner the other day against the Suns. They then lost back-to-back games to the Portland Trail Blazers, then lost to the Kings in an absolute fucking shocker the other day. Turned around and beat the Bulls. So it's more about Şengün twisted his ankle, missed a couple of games. Jabari Smith, the stat correlation of when he's good and they win is just terrifying. So he just needs to play gooder, morer. I still love Houston. Still love him. Do they need a Ja Morant, Jim? No, they don't. I think they'll be all right. They should be kicking the tires on like guard stuff though. Just Reed Shepherd's coming along fine. It's okay. Just no panic yet, I reckon, in Houston. I think they'll be right. Every time I watch them though, there's just something where you're like, it's the same with like LeBron with Durant, right? It's like he's still really fucking good, but there's just that the sort of floating above everything awesomeness that impacts the game on like more levels than sort of just, I'm here. If you pass me the ball, I'll probably score. Or I just made a pretty decent pass. Did you see that? I know where to go on defense. But there's like that extra level of when you're not a fucking million years old and they're not, spring chickens anymore, Bit of a weird one. Anyway, Phoenix, after losing today, drop again. They're into the 7th spot, 24-16. Still one of the more surprising fun teams of the season. Dylan Brooks, Devin Booker, just going off their heads, the DBs. Get Doris Burke in there as well, and off you go. Got yourselves a party. Surprisingly awesome. Not the disaster I was thinking, just because they're all fucking a bunch of fighting, shitty, just asshole, dudes who were all written off and are just scrappy as fuck. Colin Gillespie, Jordan Goodwin, Mark Williams, just all these dudes that are like, oh, mate, we'll take him. Phoenix have sort of just cobbled this together. Jordan Ott's an awesome coach. 24-16, 600 so far. Good job, Phoenix. Golden State, 22-19 in the 8th spot. Kind of told ya. What a scrappy year this has been. Steph's still awesome. Draymond's old as shit. So's Jimmy Butler. Al Horford's fucking mummified. Yeah. Be a real fucking shame if they had a young athletic wing that they didn't all fucking hate. Poor Johnny Cumbucket. He's just sitting there going, what did I do? Am I just an idiot? I'm sorry. Portland are 9th, 19-22. Sort of an interesting weird mix where they can't seem to get healthy for any stretch. Shaden Sharp's been electric. He's been awesome all year, but wow. Portland breaks your heart. The Grizzlies are 17-22. Same sort of vibe. Just, can we get Ja playing? I hate this Ja trade chatter. Just keep him in Memphis. Tell him to pull his fucking head in. Stop being a crybaby. Talk to his coach. Be a good teammate. Stop being a fucking sook. Simple as that. But Portland and Memphis in 9 and 10 are pretty interesting, right? Because the Clippers and Dallas are sort of behind them. Feels like Dallas are like, yeah, we're going to keep tanking because we have our pick this year. So, yeah, we'll do that if that's all right. Portland just can't get out of their own way with all these injuries. They'll get Drew back, they lose Denny. They get some big dudes back, they lose another wing. And you're like, what the fuck? Just give us some straight sailing. They lose a couple on the trot. Defensively, they're a bit of a mess. Offensively, they can't quite get it there. I still like their nucleus, though. Anyway, Memphis in 10 at 17-22. They're ahead of the Clippers, 16-23. That's right. The Clippers are only one game out of the play-in. What is it? 9 out of 11, I think. Sounds right. They've won. 16-23. Feeling pretty good. Looking pretty good. Harden, Kawhi. The funniest thing would be if Adam Silver went, right, you're suspended. Just saying. 16-23, they'll probably keep on getting better, climb up into the play-in, probably be fine. But that's where they are, 16-23 so far this season. 15-25, the Dallas Mavericks, no AD for at least 6 weeks. They're now saying that he's not having surgery. Who the fuck knows what's going on there? Just crazy. So, bit of a strange one. He's going to heal from it or whatever. Sure. The Mavs, it's the Cooper Flag show now. They know that. Good on them. Let them ride. Keep pumping games into the kids. They're 11-10 at home and 4-14 away. Yeesh. Keep that in mind. Utah are 14-25. They'll probably track down Dallas, I reckon, too. Utah have these games like the other day where they lost by 55, where they look like absolute dog shit. Then they'll beat a fucking team like the Cleveland Cavaliers, and you're like, what the fuck was that? Cleveland! But also Utah have to do some of the shit. Lowry and Keontae are the real deal. I love them. Cody Williams had a record minus 60 the other day. He Yeesh, he's not good. But anyway, one more crack at the cherry, I reckon. See how they go. Do you trade Lowry? Probably not. Sacramento, 10-30. That's funny. They're trying. God bless their cotton socks. They're trying, but they just suck ass. They really do. Gee, who could have seen this, Jim? Oh, that's right. Fucking except for everybody, no one. It's like, oh, let's build that fucking Chicago team that sucked from 3 years ago, but we'll do it in Sacramento. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, we'll add Russell Westbrook. Don't do that. With Dennis Schroeder, what are you doing? Morons. And the Pelicans are 9-33. At least Derek Queen is really, really good. But they don't have their pick next year, so good job. They'll get better. Should they trade Trey Murphy? I don't think so. So out of all that, who are the most surprising teams of the first half, Jim? Well, obviously Phoenix, 24-16. I thought they were going to be utterly abysmal between Devin Booker. Jalen Green hasn't even played barely any games this year after the hammy and then the hammy. But they're right there in the top 5 in terms of the most surprisingly good teams. Obviously, Detroit taking that next leap from playoff team to fucking juggernaut is pretty awesome. I've enjoyed that. Boston being this good, I knew that I wasn't as down as them going into the season as a lot of folks just fucking randomly were. They lost the extreme zinger meal, Jim. No more zingers. That's a bit of a rough one. It's like, yeah, how often did he fucking play the old extreme zinger meal?
Extreme zinger meal.
Not often. Drew Holiday was a bit of a loss. Al Horford couldn't fucking rebound or do much anymore anyway. And I figured they just bomb threes, have a crazy variance, and that's kind of what happened. But Jaylen Brown's been so fucking good, it's like papered over the middle stuff. Name is Cater. Wicked weird, dude. He's been awesome. And they've Hugo Gonzalez has been really good too. They've been fucking surprisingly fun. The Sixers are next up for me. I thought they were going to be absolutely a shit show, as I said. But Embiid giving them a little bit of something, I think between George being solid, he still knows how to play basketball. That's good. But it mostly is like the injection of youth and athleticism from VJ that has blown the fucking doors open for them. They've been so much fucking fun. I've enjoyed it immensely. And the other one is probably the Spurs. Most surprising. 5 teams. For them to be this good, for Castle to be this good, with Harper there, with Fox there, that's probably the most pleasing aspect of it. And when you watch them, it's kind of fucking fun. They're a really fun team to watch, right? I really enjoy this Spurs team. Not only because Wemby's out there doing fucking crazy Wemby shit because he's 7'40", but also, Fox does cool shit. Castle's a weapon. Harper, awesome. There others, Luke Cornett is such a fun story. Good on him. So, yeah, they've been, probably for them to be that good is probably the surprising part. The most disappointing, worst bullshit teams, oh boy.
Cleveland!
What a fucking shit show. I thought they'd win fucking 58-plus games. That's certainly not going to happen. Dallas as well, that's another one. I thought if Anthony Davis, could play, more than 2 games in a row without getting... Oh, no, that was never going to happen because he's fucking Anthony Davis. Defense wins championships, Jim. So do players who play basketball. Not broken down fucking 30-plus-year-old big men, you idiot. Jesus. Milwaukee, I thought they'd put up a bit more of a fight. That has certainly not happened. Giannis came out like gangbusters, and they've just been fucking a train wreck for so long that it just hurts your brain. The Kings being this bad as well is pretty funny and a bit just, how you going? I don't like it, I'm just like, hang on. And then obviously the other disappointing one is probably the Hawks. Having to pull the ripcord on Trey halfway through the season when his value is at its just lowest. Coming into the season with so much hype, to be 2 games under 500 halfway through the season is a bit of a kick in the dick. Dyson Daniels has been awesome. Another defensive player of the year, caliber year. You've got Jalen Johnson becoming an all-star. You've got the extreme zinger meal not being supercharged.
Supercharged zinger burger.
That sucks, we get it. But Onyeka Okongwu has been fucking awesome. And you've got Nicky Alexander-Walker playing out of his skin, and you're still 2 games under fucking 500. Talk about disappointing. But with all that in mind, should we let's do the awards, All NBA and All Star, right after a quick break like this one.
This is Cam Glidden.
This is Anthony Drimmick.
This is Mitch McCarron.
This is Jason Kadee.
This is Darryl McDonald.
Hey guys, this is Hugh Greenwood.
Yo, what's going on? This is Illy.
This is Mark Worthington, or commonly known as Wortho, and you're listening to NBA Straya.
You listen to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA
And you're listening to
Straya.
NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
All right, let's do some halfway mark awards. They're brought to you by you. That's right. You can help support the show. buymeacoffee.com/NBA Australia. Just go there. You can sign up. You can join the Dead Set Legends Club. I have got the teams as bands. We're working. Oh, yes. It's looking pretty good. And there's a twist. It's one that I've been working on for a bit in my brain. So getting that one down. So you get that in the Dead Set Legends Club pretty soon. So if you sign up, you can go check it out. You can basically all it means is you buy me a coffee once a month. Buymeacoffee.com/NBA Straya. It's basically Patreon, right? So go check it out. Help support the show. Would appreciate it. And if you or a mate own a business or whatever and want me to spruik you, hit us up. We can figure something out. We're good over here on NBA Straya. Right, let's do some awards, some All-NBA teams, and some All-Stars at the halfway mark of the season. What should we do first? I reckon we do the awards, then do All-NBA, then All-Star. That makes sense. We're just going to say a lot of the same names otherwise. So the halfway awards, the nerd awards, we'll do the cool NBA Straya awards on Friday. MVP. Who is it? Jim. I've still got to give it to SGA. Like, Jokic is playing this insane season, but he's only now played the 32 games, having missed since the start of this year, right? So it means SGA's played 39. He has actually played like more games than just about anybody else out there, apart from like Julius Randle, Nicky Alexander-Walker, and Denny Avdia, right? Like, it's pretty crazy. He's played a shit ton of the games. Everybody else has missed a couple here or there. Even someone like Jaylen Brown. I think I'm going to give it to SGA at the moment. Jokic just gets pinged for missing the last 2 weeks. Like, that's kind of it. He was putting up just the world's most insane fucking numbers. But Denver have also kept winning without him. But SGA is probably my pick so far. The thing is, that's my nerd brain shit going, look, they've been awesome. They're probably the best players out there, right? Jokic, he's averaging his fucking 30-point triple-double. He's leading the league in fucking just everything, mate. Like, it's just fucking rebounds, assists. It's fucking everything. He's just a fucking weapon. And you're like, yeah, that's a really good point. But the real MVP is either probably Cade Cunningham or Jaylen Brown in like the most sort of pure idealistic version of like the most valuable player to their team and that team's success is probably Cade Cunningham or Jaylen Brown. And I'd probably rank them that way. Cade taking the leap this year, Jaylen Brown leaping from like superstar-ish to super duper fucking star is like awesome. But Cade leading the number 1 seeded Detroit Pistons to an awesome record halfway through the season, like, it just wasn't on the bingo card. So I'm gonna just fucking throw caution to the wind and go Cade, number 1 for me so far. Fuck them all. Fuck the nerd awards, right? SGA, Jokic, the efficiency, yeah, great. Take him off their team. Guess what? OKC is still awesome. Jokic, yes, his on-off numbers are fucking crazy. They have also won a bunch of games without him. They're fine. Cade, it all falls apart. Jaylen, it gets very squirrely. And 5th is Luka, right? He's ahead of Giannis. I've got Giannis at 6. But Luka has been in the same way, right? Like, if he's not playing, it's like, we've got LeBron, we've got Reeves. But Luka is just, his efficiency isn't great. And it doesn't really matter, if that makes sense. It's kind of everything that he does. It's the Luka machine that makes everything else work. And it's crazy to watch. It's amazing to watch. Got him 5th at the moment. So I'd rank them out at the moment in the NBA Straya Awards way of, in your heart of hearts, who matters the most. I'd still probably have SGA. I'd have Cade, Jalen, SGA, Jokic, Luka, Giannis, I reckon. Cade Cunningham, who fucking rocks. Rookie of the year, Cooper Dooper Dooper Loop. Cooper Flag has been awesome. Connie Nips is probably just behind him along with VJ. I've got them, I think, that way. VJ has been really good again. He had a bit of a dip though. Connie Nips has just been fucking really, really solid the entire time though. Like VJ had like a couple of weeks where he's just like, woo, got to figure some shit out. Connie Nips, straight ahead, gunner. Absolutely love him. Derek Queen at 4. He's been absolutely unreal. And Cedric Coward at 5. Pretty easy for me. It's just my 5 favorite rookies. Defensive player of the year, Dyson Daniels with a bullet. Is anyone else playing defense on that Hawks team? Anyone? Anybody? Yeah, anyone. Wemby, Dyson, Jalen Duren, Chet and Amen Thompson, Rudy Gobert, Dylan Brooks. It gets really hard to sort of pull out the 5 there, right? So I'd probably go Wemby, probably Wemby 1. They're the 3rd best defense, and it's a very young team. He's fucking 7'40". He's probably got it. Ahead of Dyson, probably ahead of Jalen Duren, who's like helming like this incredible defense there in Detroit. Chet has obviously been awesome for OKC and that defense, which I think is tops in the league by a fair margin. So you got to throw Chet on there, but Dort is in there too, even though he hasn't played as many games. But theirs is just such like a crazy swarming arms everywhere defense that it's hard to sort of go, that guy's the reason. Whereas Wemby's obviously a fucking standout. So I'll probably go Wemby, Dyson, Jalen Duren, Chet, probably Rudy. The Wolves are still really good. With apologies to Amen Thompson. Most improved player! Who went from here to here? So Josh Giddey keeping it up this year is pretty good. But I've also, if I'm going to ding Jokic for missing a couple of weeks with an injury, I've got to ding Gids. I'll give this to Denny Avdia. Denny Utemuster. That's a dude who's gone from, holy shit, I'm actually pretty good. Check this out. Last year to, fuck you, I'm an all-star this year. That's improvement. But it's also like all-round actual improvement. Like you look at someone like Jalen Johnson, he's gotten better, but he's also just had the ball fucking shit tons more. Denny's a similar kind of vibe, but Jalen already did all this last year when he was doing it. So he's probably like there with Gids. Onyeka Okongwu's there with me as well. And then it gets like a bit fucking weird and squirrely. Nick Alexander-Walker? He's like a fucking gun. Just look at his numbers. He's off his fucking head. Like it's absolutely crazy. I kind of love it. He's just out there carving everybody up. And that's just now what he does. He's averaging 20 points a game. It's nuts, right? So yeah, I'd probably have him 5th. 6th man of the year. This is always a bit strange. Probably Jaime Jaquez, Anthony Simons, Keldon Johnson, Naz Reid as per usual. Anthony Black is probably the one I want to keep my eye on. He has been fucking astounding. I think Simons is going to get a lot more pub as the Celtics probably head towards a top 3 seed in the East. And there's a little bit more pub shone on his like role and how well he's doing. Love me some Anthony Penny Simons. So let's go. I reckon Simons so far. Naz Reid, Keldon Johnson, Anthony Black, and Jaime Jaquez. Bang, there's your 5. Coach of the year, let's give that to JB Bickerstaff from the Detroit basketball Pistons. Jordan Ott with the Phoenix Suns. Mark Daigneault with the Thunder. What do you reckon, Spurs or Joey Muzz? I'll go Joey Muzz at 4. They've been fucking awesome. Illegal screen. Oh, illegal screen, bro. Illegal screen. Mitch Johnson 4th, the other Mitch Johnson. And then finally, Dickhead of the Year. Halfway mark, it's got to be Draymond Green, as per usual. Bang. With a bullet. Trae Young. As was pointed out the other day by our man Jez, one of the very few people to reverse ring chase and go from desire to go to a much worse basketballing situation. Amazing. That's just dickheaded territory. And Ja Morant, in much the same way of just like, I don't like this coach. And then going, I don't like this coach either. It's like, shut up. At some point, shut the fuck up and grow up. Right? Your teammates are probably fucking sick of you dickheaded ass. Go shoot some guns. Do whatever. Fight a kid. All the dumb shit you fucking do. Shut up. Grow up. Ja Morant. Johnny Cumbucket Kuminga's just got to be, I don't know what he's done, but he's done something. And Dennis Schroeder, I want to kill Slovenians. Full-blown dickhead of the year vibes there. Anyway, right. So that's good. There's some awards. We'll do some more NBA Straya awards on Friday. How about the All-NBA teams? I think the first, I'll just do first and second. I can't be fucked doing, three. First team, SGA, Cade, Luka, Jaylen Brown, Jokic. Nice. Feel good about that. Second team, Maxey, Jalen Brunson, Ant-Man ahead of Denny Avdia, Giannis, and Wemby. Bit of a weird one with some of those injuries and stuff, but I feel like Maxey has to be there. Brunson has to be there. Ant-Man just ahead of Denny, I reckon. Just because Ant-Man's been really fucking good, and that Wolves team is really fucking good, mostly because of him. Giannis is just off his head, and so is Wemby. I do think it'll be more and more interesting as the season sort of like motors along. With some of the other names out there, like, Kat, Giannis, Kawhi, KD, these other sorts of names. Are they going to force their way into all NBA stuff? Who knows? It's going to be really fun. And finally, All-Stars. So far, we did this the other day. So back in December, who are the All-Stars so far? I think in my East at the moment, I haven't actually broken this down to start. I literally just wrote out who are my 12 All-Stars. It's Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Jalen Johnson. We've got too many Jalen's. I have to update the Jalen rankings from before the season at halfway mark, don't I? I'll actually do that later, maybe next week. Giannis, Kat, Scotty Barnes, Tyrese Maxey, Cade, Josh Giddey, Donnie Mitchell, Paolo Banchero, Michael Porter Jr. I think it's MPJ above Siakam. I think he's had a better year. And Giddey's making it. It's NBA Straya. Fucking shush. He's basically averaging a triple-double. What more do you want me to do? And it's kind of weird. Because the East is like, I don't know, LaMelo will probably get voted in at some point, right? Like, all these sort of crazy fucking weird, like, you think about Tyler Hero, you think about Bam. There's a bunch of teams that you're kind of like, ugh. Donnie Mitchell's on there, I think. I mentioned him at the very end. But it doesn't, I haven't seen Mobley on my list. It's just kind of a bit strange. The East is a bit of a fucking weird. Brandon Ingram ahead of Scoob? I don't know. Did Toronto deserve two? I don't know. But this one, I think the only team I've got two All-Stars from are the Knicks, I think. Yeah. Jalen Duran just misses out, I think, as well. I had him written down as the next cut after Siakam. So he might actually force his way on there. We'd have 4 Jalen's in the East All-Stars. Out west, way out west. Luka, Jokic, Wemby, SGA. Denny, Kawhi, KD, Alpi Şengün, Ant-Man, Steph, Larry Markkinen, and then the big one. Is it Devin Booker or is it Jamal Murray? To the point where I would almost rather have both Booker and Murray in there and bump who? It might be Şengün, right? I think he's had a pretty good season. Murray's been fucking awesome. So is Devin Booker. So, and they're like, I think Murray's numbers are slightly better than Booker's, but here we are. Nice. Let me know what you reckon. Who are the oversides? Who are the snubs? Snubs! Give us your snubs! And I'll argue about them on Friday. So to recap, East, Jalen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Jalen Johnson, Giannis, Cat, Pato Bancara, Scotty Barnes, Maxi, Kay Cunningham, Josh Giddey, Donnie Mitchell, Michael Porter Jr., Siakam and Jalen Duren just missing out. Out west, Luka, Jokic, Wemby, SGA, Danny, Kawhi, KD. I might bump Elpy for Jamal Murray, Ant-Man, Steph, Devin Booker, and Larry Markkinen. Not much size outside of Jokic, Wemby, and Larry there on the west one, but there you go. All right. That's the halfway mark. What a season it's been. So many weird injuries, losing Wemby, losing Jokic, just starting the season with no Dame, Halliburton, Tatum and co. What a world. Anyway, let's do some picks and previews for tomorrow. Remember, you can find all of our picks over at Dabble. You can just, all you have to do is hit the link that's in our show description in YouTube or the podcast, whatever description stuff, or just in our social bios. It'll take you there. And basically all of our picks go up there. We had a rough couple of days after a great run. That happens. But you get that on the big jobs, so it should be right. So tomorrow we've got Toronto at Indy. I'm going to go the Raptors -2.5. Indy on a bit of a nice little win streak. I mentioned that earlier, but still bereft of a few dudes. Bit of Siakam revenge incoming, but I think the Raptors are still a bit too good and a little bit too deep. Even in Indy, I'm okay with that for Toronto. Cleveland take on Philly. That's a fun game. And the Sixers are actually favorites at home. I'm actually going to go Cleveland in that one because the Cavs, they've got to show us something. They've got to show us something. That was a disastrous loss the other day. And Philly, look, they're feisty. They're radical. That's going to be a really fun game. Utah, Chicago. It's a replay of the 97-98 finals. You beauty. Bulls are 2.5-point favorites. I don't know if I can trust them. I'm going to go Utah +2.5. Oh, that stinks, doesn't it? Yeah. Definitely go the over 245.5. I'll take the Yaz +2.5. Brooklyn, New Orleans. Oh, this is two one-legged men in an ass-kicking contest. I'll go the Pelicans +1.5. Thank you there, Glen Ridge. Denver at Dallas. That's a pretty crazy one as well. Without Jokic, without AD. The Mavs are 1.5-point favorites. I did point out that they're actually okay at home. I think Dallas might actually sneak that out. Denver have been really good. Oh, actually, Denver have got Aaron Gordon back. I don't know if they actually play Aaron Gordon in a back-to-back, however. I think he came back. Yeah, he came back. They might rest him, perhaps. So I might go actually Dallas -1.5 in that one. New York at Sacramento. And they're 12.5-point favorites. I'll probably still go the Knicks. Sorry, Sac, but geez. That's rested Knicks team, I think, as well. Yeah. I'm going to go the Knicks -11.5. Then Washington Clippers. We'll go the Clippers -12.5 because they'll kill them. So there you go. Nice. All right. Remember, find all those picks over at Double. And that is it for today. Thanks for, sticking by us. We'll do some nahs and power rankings on Friday's show. So send through more I've already got a bunch from our listeners, so keep sending them through. We'll do them all on Friday. We won't even do a little catch-up on Thursday's show just because, school holidays, got the squids. I'm actually enjoying this sort of cruisy period as well. So going to go to the cricket tomorrow, actually. The Renegades. Boom. Take the squid to that. So if you're going to be at the cricket watching the Renegades Scorchers, I want to say, come say g'day. I'm the one with the big red beard. Yeah, not easy to miss. So come say g'day. I think I took him to a Renegades game last year and he's like, Dad, why do you speak to so many people? I'm like, I know a lot of folks. Your dad's got a big red beard. What do you think he's got that for? Anyway, so I'll be at the cricket tomorrow with the squid, so if you're there, come say g'day. And then we'll do the power rankings every on Friday. So it should be a fun one. Otherwise, what else do? You follow all the stuff across all of the, social media, right? Twitter, Facey, IG, TikTok, YouTube. Send us out through your comments, your DMs, whatever. Hit us up. jump in there. Check out NFL Straya with myself and Gaz. The playoffs of the NFL were absolutely off their head first week. Week 2 is going to be absolutely unreal. We have announced our Super Bowl party as well at the Catfish in Fitzroy. So come on down, party with me and Gaz. I don't know if we're going to do a live stream this year. Don't know if we can be rooted. It's a lot of setup and all that sort of shit. So, but we're going to host the party. It's going to be fucking off its head. Can't wait. And obviously go subscribe, listen, star, rate, review across all your podcast apps for both this show and that show. And of course, Jim does Supercoach, NBA Supercoach. I dropped the quick one on Monday. NBA Supercoach. We do that Monday nights, so go check that out too. Jim does Supercoach. I'll probably do AFL this year as well on Jim Does Supercoach if that's what people want. I don't know. So, should be good. Big thanks always go to From Oslo for the intro and outro songs. They rule. So to Househats, Josh to Laurentiis, Fascinated Goldmines, Ramshackle Army, Iowa, Sex Jedi, Green, and Dozers. They're behind all the tunes you hear throughout the show. Smash them on your music streaming platform of choice. So just go buy shit from them. That helps them way more. NBA Straya supports Australian band, so should you. All right, that's it. Nothing at the end of this one because I'm going to get the fuck out of here because it's already late. We will catch you on Friday, you dickheads. This is NBA Straya saying, look after yourselves, would ya? It's good to be back. And later, hosen.
Honestly.